Hi, my name is Sohel Khan, and I am CEO of SETVI. SETVI is a mobile sales software startup. Our SETVI version 1.0 software is a synthesis of an innovative presentation tool that you will see my colleague and co-founder Josh David presents soon. And so it is a synthesis of an innovative presentation tool, content management system, and a very sophisticated analytic tool. And this is geared to business sales for use by sales and marketing divisions. And we are targeting companies such as med devices companies, financial companies, and product and industrial companies. We have our two other co-founders, Stephen Stewart, he's our Chief Marketing Officer, and Stephen Smith is the Vice President of Sales and Business Development. By saying that, this is Josh David, who will give the demo. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Okay, hi. So a couple years ago, when I was interning at Drexel, actually not interning at Drexel, I went to Drexel and found a job on Craigslist, and I interned at a pharmaceutical company. I saw a problem that I thought I could solve using technology, and that's kind of where this thing evolved from. So my role was between sales, marketing, and IT, and I was the bottom of the bottom, in the list. So, people were raw about feedback, about the process and things like that. So it's really helpful for me to think about the problems that they're having. I started writing about it, but I didn't quite have a solution back then. But the good thing, what happened was, I did graduate out of Drexel. I bootstrapped, and I realized that I needed a team. Found a team, sold them the idea first, and if they're going to be crazy enough to join me, full time, without any salary for some time, they got to believe in what I'm doing, believe in the product. And back to my internship story, I actually went back to the company. I emailed the CFO, said like, hey, do you remember me? I was an intern here. And he was like, yeah. And I sent him a video of what we're doing. And he was like, Josh, this is awesome. Guess what? I scheduled a meeting with the CEO, CFO, and the VP of sales, and we're going to meet. And this is like really important for me because I've probably like spoken to the CEO for like less than 2 seconds my whole 2.5 years working there. And to sit in a meeting with him for 2 hours discussing what I'm doing and actually having them buy what I came across, the problem they had, and actually selling, built a product and selling back to them was a huge milestone in my life. So let me show you how I impressed them and what we're doing. So when I was working there, one of the problems that marketing had was managing content with salespeople. Not just like managing content, giving them the content, but also we have to think about how are the content being used in the field and also by the salespeople. So that's where marketing had problems with, And then sales managers were like, okay, great, these guys have content, but I have no idea how they're doing presentations. Nothing, I don't have any analytics behind that. Salespeople were like, oh great, we have the content, but it's too hard to use it. I can't find it, all these problems, typical problems. And then IT was like, well, guess what? Salespeople, they can't use the product. They can't use anything we give them. It's too hard for them. I don't know what's the deal with it. So this is like a typical problem, and I was like, okay, wait, I think I can solve it. And this is SETVI. So resources pretty much has like all the content, by marketing. So marketing can upload content and it'll be here. And the good thing about our presentation tool is that it doesn't matter what kind of content you have, we'll make it work together seamlessly. So you can have Excel sheets, you can have PDF documents, you can have images, you can have like a cool 3D demo or whatever, and then you can have obviously the usual PowerPoints and videos and things like that. So this is a video, it's a simple video. So let's say I am meeting with the client and I want to build a quick presentation, right? And I'm on the field and I'm on the road and I want to build a presentation. I know my client, so I want to use my bucket of resources to build a presentation. All right, so I'm going to go into presentation. I'm going to put a client name. I don't have one, but I see Samsung here, so I'm gonna type Samsung. So I'm gonna click on resources. This is my list of, this is my bucket, and I'm gonna choose the content I want to show to the client. So I'm gonna show them a pricing calculator. I'm gonna show them a PDF, that's a case study. I wanna show them a picture. I wanna show them the 3D demo I showed you. I wanna choose some slides. I don't wanna choose them all. So I'm just gonna choose like 4 slides out of here. And then I wanna choose a video here. So now I would just put a bucket, now I just built a presentation together using all different kinds of content, really simple. And now I'm gonna rearrange my content. So once I click the edit button, they all kind of start shaking. And then, I'm gonna move the presentation first. I'm gonna put the video second. Case study comes in last. So I can really arrange it to what I need, and I can, delete the, if it's too long, I can delete it, click done. And now, I'm ready to go pitch. So as you can see, we can build presentations in less than seconds. And the good thing about this is we're not actually duplicating the content. We're actually all linking up to the master resource. So think about this. You have content in Dropbox, and if you want to modify the content for another client, you're going to make a duplicate copy of it and then modify it. So with us, we're linking everything back to the same resource, so you'll have the right content all the time, the right latest content all the time, and also marketing will know what's going on at all given times, and you can update it and keep them updated all the time. So I'll build my presentation. I'm going to click the play button. Once I click the play button, it just goes in a seamless presentation format. So this is my PowerPoint slide. That's my video. This is actually the ROI calculator. This is actually an ROI calculator used by a real client. This is actually my first real client. I actually pitched them the idea. They were like, what are you talking about? And I was like, let me show you what I'm talking about. And what they do is they actually do labels for chemical companies. And they go to trade shows, and what they used to do before was they used to grab a laptop and open up Excel sheet and run numbers right in front of them. And that would take like almost like a minute to 2 in a trade show, when you're meeting with all the clients. So we are actually converting Excel to HTML5. Say the total cost is say 15,000, 168 right here. I can just change the number depending on what the client is saying, say 4,000 or whatever, and the cost immediately jumps up. So this could be used for ROI calculator, TCO calculator, and like I said, this is not just static numbers. With PowerPoint, you get static numbers. Now you can actually ask the client, okay, tell me what you're looking for, so I can actually show, how it actually works or costs for your company or how much money I can save you. So, that's the ROI calculator, pictures, I can show 3 demos again, and again, slide. This is the PDF, a case study I was talking about. So like I said, it just goes in a seamless presentation format. Doesn't matter what content you have. Let's say I want to show a website, right? I don't want to use Internet Explorer or jump out of what I'm doing. So I can just add a quick website, and I don't have to leave my actual presentation. I added my website. It's live website. So if I'm a technology-based company, I'm showing them demos, analytics, or whatever. I can just run it right here. Swipe back, and that is my last slide. I can quickly jump between anything I want to. And also, let's say the client asks you a question, okay? This usually happens. You're on a sales call, they ask you a question, so how are you going to solve this problem? Or how do you handle this thing? And the problem with PowerPoint is, what do you build this, what do you get? You usually have to exit your PowerPoint slide to bring in content in when you want to show it. The nice thing about SETVI is you can actually quickly add content. And so the client asks you a question, I want to jump in my bucket, I want to show you this thing, click done, I'm back in my slide, added my case study, I'm quickly talking to the client. So I can actually pull in certain slides from different places, and I can pull in different kinds of content. Again, like I said, doesn't matter what type of content it is, we'll make it work in a seamless format. So once I'm done doing the presentation, I want to share with my client. So again, another problem, you attach stuff, client gets it, they can't open it, they can't play it. So many problems you run into. So we built an easy method of sharing. So I'm just going to type in a name and an email. And what happens is we send out an email, we send a link of the presentation you just built to the client. So this way, they don't have to download anything, doesn't matter what device they have, it just seamlessly works the way you were presenting here. So I'm just going to jump to my email real quick. So that's my thing I got. So on the top, the sales guy will get a notification saying, Josh, they would open an email containing a link to Samsung. So immediately when I share a presentation, the sales guy and the client opens it up, me as a sales guy will know that he's looking at it. he opened up the email. So once I click view presentation, it actually, starts loading the presentation. It may take a little bit of time depending on your internet connection. So let's say right here, let me just open it up. So we formulate the content, and it allows you for like a streaming, doesn't matter, like I said, doesn't matter what device you have, it's a seamless presentation format. So it's loading. Okay, there you go. So that's the slide I built. Again, like I said, I don't have to download anything, doesn't matter what device you have, it works. I click next, and then this is the video. Again, depending on your internet connection, we stream. PDFs, everything can be directly seen from here. And the good thing is, if I send them a wrong content or something, I can quickly change it, and it updates right away in the presentation. But here's where the cool part starts. Analytics, right? This is what's important. As a sales guy, I need to know what the client's doing. So I use a different presentation. So right away it says like email opened, and it'll tell me like how many times I viewed it. This is actually how we closed our angel round, because we were doing presentations to investors. So depending on who we were like putting content together and sending it out. And depending on the activity of the investors, we know exactly who was really interested and who was not interested, and to go exactly who it is. And that was our second validation for share and track and how it worked. And that's how we raised $200,000. When he was, when Stefan was getting a notification, we were actually sitting together. I was like, this thing actually works, man. So over here, what happens is, as a sales guy, I will know exactly how many times they saw it, what's the duration, last viewed, exactly what content they saw, how much time they spent on content. We'll also know what kind of device they use and the location. So when I click on the location, we go by IP. So it's kind of like somewhat close. It's not that far. As you can see, it's just to give an idea of like where your client's looking from. So this is what the sales guy gets. So it makes them really powerful. Quickly follow up the client so you can make like data-driven decisions. We're also extending out to product catalog, so you can have like product catalog in here, generate quotes here, and also if it's like a customer requirement and stuff, you can build forms here, so you can have the client can do that. So this is what the sales guy guys. The idea is to have everything that the salesperson needs on the go in a single place, and the stuff I showed you on the top is going to be integrated into CRM. So everything that happens is going to be directly fed into the CRM. And then, so from the management standpoint, sales managers know exactly how the presentations are being complete. And our first client, Logitech, that's kind of how we sold them. They loved analytics. They have the problem was the managers in San Francisco and the sales guys just like scattered throughout the United States. He doesn't know exactly how the content's being used, what materials that they're using. Are they actually using the video? Are they actually using all the slides? So now he has an idea of like exactly what's happening in real time. And then from marketing standpoint, they know exactly what content's being used, how it's being used, not just from the user standpoint, all the way up to the client level. That's really important. So this is SETVI, and like I said, it's a mobile sales presentation platform, and I hope you guys like my demo. Does it integrate with the Marketo? Marketo is like a marketing automation platform. We're actually working with it. So basically, if you share a presentation, we can feed what the client's looking at back into Marketo so we can nurture the lead.
So you can figure out who's coming in and lead gen and all that?
Yes. So our first goal is Salesforce, and we're actually working with integrating with Salesforce, and next will be Marketo. Go ahead.
What's your pricing model?
It's going to be priced per user, and we're charging $45 per user per month. And then we have volume-based pricing and also enterprise-based pricing where we don't care about how many users you have, it's based on usage. Go ahead.
Two-part question. First part, can you authenticate when you log into, like, say, Google? You can just add Google. Can you authenticate? So if you want to go into Google Analytics, you have to log in.
Great question. We don't have that direct authentication yet, but that's something we want to do because when I try to do demos, I have to like actually log in to show our analytics, but that's a great, yeah.
Cool.
When did you launch and how many customers do we have? So we launched actually started working on this back in November 2013. And then we launched about 2 months ago. We have about 70 licenses sold. That would be well, nonprofit, medical device distributor, technology company, and training, and also manufacturing. The question was, when you're playing with the Excel sheet, can the customers also play with it? Yes, they can. And the ideal, so what we're trying to do is once you put in the numbers, the sales guy will know exactly what you're playing with, so we'll have an idea. Go ahead.
Very cool, by the way.
Thank you.
Is it iOS only?
We built in a cross-platform. Okay. Is it iOS only? We built in a cross-platform, and we're rolling out with iOS first, and we're going to go with Android next.
All right, one more.
Go ahead.
Yes, it's kind of a general question. How are you doing your marketing?
Question is, how you doing
Mark.
marketing? The camera can't hear.
Sorry. So sorry. Right now, we're actually haven't spent much in marketing, to tell you the truth. It's more about we put a lot of money towards development, building the product, make it solidify, and then we're actually going after customers, talking to customers that we know, and then once you sell to the customer, they start doing a demo, and their customer wants it, so we've been getting a lot of referrals. Channels is another way. Channels the way of we're doing it. So we go to a distributor, technology distributor that's actually doing things like this, and they start selling to all the customers.
So we are doing it through channels, and we have a chief marketing officer sitting down over there, Stefan, and he's also doing
Generating leads.
Marketing. And we do not want to just spend money like this, but we want to have a targeted marketing. So with Stefan Stewart is working on that. So if you'd like to talk to him also, please. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.